So when we eat a piece of fruit, so say you have an apple actually has fiber in it, and it slows down the absorption of blood sugar. So when you have juice, like this here really shits me. So we've got V8. It should be good, right? Because it's the most expensive one. Serves of veggies, one veggie and one fruit serve, but really it'll give you the calories, but it won't actually give you the nutrition, it won't give you the fiber. So when you look at the serve, so 250 ml serve, so that's a glass, and that's, you know, I could smash that in 2 seconds. That gives you 25 grams of sugar, but only 0.7 of a gram of fiber. The fiber is there to slow down the absorption. So, you know, fruit is actually pretty well packaged if it is high in fiber. And that's the way that we should eat it. We shouldn't juice it. So juice diets, I would really, really recommend, unless you want to screw up your metabolism, I would stay away from juice diets. So how much sugar is in your healthy diet? The average American, and I could only get American stats, I'm sorry, but relevant for the two in the middle, the average American consumes an average 37% of their daily calories from sugar versus 4% back in 1920. When I started putting this little demonstration together, it's actually much, much worse. It's quite shocking. And you can see here, well, you can't really because it's quite small, but you can see that this line here, well, the top line is obesity going up, and then you've got the introduction of high fructose corn syrup and also diabetes. The rise of diabetes and obesity has pretty much gone along the same level as the more consumption of high fructose corn syrup. So there's definitely something linked there. World Health Organization has recently come out and said that the average adult should have no more than about 6 teaspoons of sugar per day, which is not much, considering that most people, well, like they said, 90 grams. What I've done here is actually even worse. So 6 teaspoons of sugar is really not much at all, and we're going to have a look at what that actually looks like. With children, they say around about 12 grams. Which is near impossible if they're eating anything processed. General rule of thumb, 10% of your total calories are coming from sugar. So we'll have a look at what 25 grams looks like. 25 grams of sugar is 1 can of baked beans. So there's 6.4 teaspoons of sugar in a can of baked beans. Beans shouldn't have sugar in it. That's just wrong. What else have we got? We've got this one here. So this is organic, 100% juice, apple and black currant, nothing added, nothing taken away. Bullshit. How do you get 26 grams of sugar in this? That is disgusting. So 26 grams of sugar in just one little 200 ml pack. Yep. Can I tell them about what you wanted to give away? Yes. So Janine said, I've got these lovely sugar-free lollies that I thought I'd give away to people coming to the seminar. I said, like you are. I said, I'm going to have to edit that out. So I showed Janine. I said, let's have a look at the back of that packet, Janine. And this is actually something else that I picked up. But on the back, it was 73% of it was sugar, but it was natural. Yeah. So this is one I found in the supermarket. This is awesome. This has got the most bullshit on the front cover that I've ever seen. So this is FODMAP friendly. That's great. Gluten-free confectionery, no artificial colors or flavors. Snakes, they're not even real snakes. They're jelly. Egg-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, soy-free, and fructose-friendly. Wow, fantastic. But it is, 74% sugar. So 12.3 grams of sugar per 15 grams serve. And 15 grams is about two little lollies. So it's, that's why it's very, very important when you're looking at packets that you look at per 100 grams, not per serving. So the serving size they say here is 15 grams. That's not really much at all. I just can't believe how much they can squeeze, how much sugar they can squeeze into a kid's product. That's amazing, isn't it? So 13.9 grams of sugar just in that. One pot of vanilla yogurt. This is just vanilla yogurt, one pot, 25.2 grams. So that's your day allowance, and just one little pot yogurt. This thing is filthy too. It's 15.4 grams, and it's only 120 grams. It's just shocking. So it's not very hard to get 25 grams of sugar in your diet. So we're going to have a look at what an average adult would eat. So starting with these bad boys. Who's had Crunchy Nut? Crunchy Nut. I used to eat these Crunchy Nut bites. We ate them the other day. It tasted a little bit like nutty cardboard with sugar. But they recommend that a serve is, hang on, it's about 15 pieces, I think. Oh shit, on. That's actually not too bad. Hang on, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's a serve. So a 30-gram serve.
That's a mouthful.
Who would eat 30 grams of Crunchy Nut? Gosh. So I thought, well, let's pretend that we're real, and we'll go for 50 grams. And see, these ones came in handy. So that's 50 grams there. That's more like it, right? But I would still eat more than that. So 50 grams of Crunchy Nut. 50 grams Crunchy Nut. 1 glass of juice, and that's it. Banana and anana. And guess how much sugar is in that bad boy?
Oh yeah.
So we've got, you know, 60. So that's 60 grams right there. So that's breakfast done. Yay. And then for morning tea, I thought I'd be realistic. Just a coffee with no sugar. No sugar in it, so I'm being realistic here. And be natural. Let's see what bullshit this one says. So be natural. Source of protein. Well, that's bullshit. Protein. It's got like negligible amounts of protein. 5 grams. That's just because it's got nuts in it. So one of these and a coffee. So coffee like this will have lactose. So lactose is anything with ose is usually sugar. So in one of those, there's around about 13.3 grams of sugar from lactose. So morning tea, we just had a little bar and a coffee. We've got 6 teaspoons of sugar for that one. So already we're doing quite well. We're on about 85. It's just like dealing coke. See me afterwards if you want to get hooked up. So this is the next one. So Weight Watchers, honey soy chicken. It's still in the freezer. I forgot to bring it over. I should have bought it because it was the most hideous thing I've seen in my life. So this little square of pasta and a couple of beans and a carrot on top. But this has 16.3 grams of sugar in that, and a Powerade. So just one of these nice healthy Weight Watchers things in a Powerade. With Powerade, this has, they're a bit tricky here. They put 34 grams of sucrose, and then they slip in the 9.6 grams of maltodextrin. So that's actually 44 grams of sugar in that one. So that's lunch. So we've got 60.3 grams. That's looking pretty tasty. What's next? Afternoon snack. So we've got a protein shake here. So I found this at the supermarket. So it's 30 grams of protein. That's good. 6.5 teaspoons of sugar. That's not so good. So if you got the protein powder that does anyone want one of these? If you got one of the protein shakes that we sell downstairs, it has 2 grams of sugar per serve, and then you just get 6.5 of these and chuck it in. You know, it's, you just wouldn't do it. So why would you eat it? If you had one of those and then you had one of these as well, which would be pretty easy to have that for afternoon snack, right? That's gonna chuck an extra 38.4 grams of sugar on. So now we're about 185 grams. That's delicious. That's how much sugar. That's how much sugar is just in this fella here. 6.5 teaspoons. Yum, yum. Next, dinner, we've got, so you might have like pasta with chicken. Even if you didn't have pasta, there's no sugar in there anyway. But what happens with pasta? Pasta is just flour and water. So although there's no sugar in pasta, it's going to give you, it's going to break down into the body very, very quickly. Flour and water just breaks down very quickly. It gives you a big elevation of blood sugar though, because it's a high glycemic carbohydrate. So it's going to have the same effect of eating sugar, but for this purpose, we're not actually going to even count that. I looked at the supermarket, I thought, oh, this is nice, little Canton, honey sesame and garlic sauce. So just chuck, that's going to be probably 3 people, eh? Like, they say 4, but really, come on. So that's 3 people. And there's 36.7 grams of sugar just in one serve. So in one whole jar, that's 100 grams. 100 grams of sugar. Why would you need to put that in there, Well, they put it in there so it tastes good, and so you buy it again. I don't think it would taste good, actually. I think it would taste awful. So just with that, with nothing else, without even any fruit juice, we've got 36 grams. And I thought we'd have, supper, nice little supper, 150 grams of melon, which is not much, and 50 grams of grapes, which is half of that. So just a little bowl of fruit, and that's going to give us another 24 grams there. So that's delicious. So that's a pretty healthy day's sugar there. That's 1/4 kilo. There's 250 grams of sugar just in one day, and everything is it's pretty healthy. It's a natural bar. It's a natural fruit juice. That's pretty bad, isn't it? That's pretty shocking. So what I would recommend is probably having instead of having something like this, have natural oats. This here is nice and convenient, but there's 3 teaspoons of sugar in one little thing of oats. Oats don't have sugar in them, but this thing, look, there's bugger all in there. But there's 3 teaspoons of sugar in it because they know that you're going to go, well, this is much more tasty than this. But if you're going to have this, then just put a bit of stevia with it. If you don't have time for breakfast, then you can have one of these with 4.6 teaspoons of sugar. It's like, why do you need to put 4.6 teaspoons of sugar in it? So it tastes good and you have another one. But these are the worst things you could probably have. Don't have those. So that's an adult. 240 to 250 grams of sugar, 10 times the recommended rate of sugar per day. That's without, I know someone in this room that used to drink quite a lot of this. But imagine if you had 3 or 4 of these a day, which is really easy to do. And on that sugar film, there's, I think in America, it's like average of like 8 cans a day or something. Mountain Dew, which is even worse. And so 40 grams of sugar in one of those. So that's without even adding any soda in. So for a kid, this is who wants some sugar? Pour me some sugar. Oh, that's gross. Can bake a cake later. Give all my friends diabetes. So just quickly going to run through a kid's breakfast. So we got, so this actually fell on the floor before, so I wouldn't recommend anyone eating it. So nani sandwich, that's one banana, 2 pieces of bread, and actually one thing which I was actually really impressed with is that the breads these days, they've actually taken a lot of the sugar out. I've found it quite hard to find bread that had sugar. There's only 2 grams of sugar in those 2 pieces, which is pretty good. So obviously Australia is doing some good things. So 2 pieces of bread with banana and glass of juice. So that's a pretty standard breakfast for a kid, isn't it? Like, is that pretty? I don't have kids, and there's a reason for that. Wheat Bix, yeah, Wheat Bix. So Cocoa Pops, Fruit Loops and stuff like that. So just in. How many? I know. When I was younger, my mum, I used to ask for soda, I just asked for soda and she would say, no, have fruit juice instead. So I just smashed fruit juice all day. So, but that there is, we've got 45 grams of sugar in that. Then for morning tea, a yogurt in a naturally nude bar. Again, nothing naughty. And it's 36% sugar in that thing. And it should be good because it was really expensive and it's really small. So thank God I don't have kids. And this bad boy has 25.5 grams of sugar. So between those two, we got 36 grams of sugar. So I mean, this is what we're putting in kids' lunch boxes. It's and it looks pretty good. Like when I was pushing the trolley around, I thought, you know, it looks like pretty healthy trolley, but.
Feel checking out with all that in now.
Yeah, I saw three members when I was in the supermarket. It's like, it's not for me, it's not for me. Like, yeah. So then I thought for lunch, I got a Nutella sandwich. Anyone want one? Nutella. I put. Oh, you're not allowed nuts at school. See, I don't have kids. Okay, but there's actually only 8.6 grams of sugar in that. And then I thought you'd pair it with a little fruit stick. So these little fruit sticks here, 98% fruit. The healthy kids checklist: gluten-free, no artificial colours or flavours, source of fibre, and ideal for lunch boxes. Just because it fits in the lunchbox doesn't mean it's ideal. I'm sorry, but that's ideal because it just fits in the lunchbox. So that's 53% sugar. 53%. One little fruit pole. I've got a whole box here if anyone wants to give their kids diabetes afterwards. So we've got, and then this little fruit juice again, so that's 26.4 grams of sugar in there. I don't know how they actually fit it in there, but there's nothing added, nothing taken away, so it must be real. So that's 51.3 grams of sugar. So that's our lunch. And then for afternoon tea, we've got fortified milk. That's got to be good, right? So fortified, I'm totally great, with ancient grains as well. So that's got to be good, eh? So it's ancient grains. But there's 18 grams of sugar in that bad boy. And organic sultanas, because they're organic, it's got to be good, right? So it's 46% sugar in there. But that's fructose. So fructose, when we eat sucrose, this is quite an important one. When we eat sucrose, it gets changed into glucose. Glucose circulates in your body through your blood. When we eat fructose or high fructose corn syrup, it actually goes into your liver, like the thing on the little video said. It goes into your liver and actually creates fatty deposits within your liver. That then messes with your insulin receptors, and that's where we get metabolic dysfunction from. So high amounts of fructose. This is just like grapes, right? So sultanas or raisins are grapes, and then we dehydrate them, so we put all the sugar into a much smaller space so we can eat more and we can fit, 30 grapes into a little box like this and give it to our kids. There's 28 grams of sugar in this tiny little box. 28, and it's very high glycemic. It gets released into your body very, very quickly, give you a big spike of blood sugar, the body releases insulin, bring it back down. Insulin makes you fat. We don't want that. But that's what we're giving a kid. So just for afternoon tea, we've got 33.1 teaspoons of sugar. Sorry, no, 33.1 grams of sugar. Oh, sorry, I've been sniffing it. I'm high on sugar. Just hey, I've got a knife here. This could turn out really bad. And then dinner, so I thought we'd just go with the old pasta sauce again, because probably eating the same as mum and dad, and wash it down with a glass of juice. So that's delicious. So that's 62 grams of sugar. So we've gone from 12 grams of sugar as the recommended daily amount, and then I thought for supper just 100 grams of grapes. So that's 100 grams of grapes there, and that's 16 grams of sugar there. So we'll chuck that bad boy in there too. So there we go. So that's eating all. If you go by the packaging, we ate pretty well that day, and you go, well, did a good job there. that equates to 243 grams of sugar, which again is almost a quarter of a kilo of sugar. So take one of those kilo things and quarter it, and that's what we're feeding our kids on a supposedly healthy diet.